Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a little sit-down video where I got ready and I answered some random questions that all of my friends have submitted. I asked my friends to ask me random questions, so I have just a little list of a bunch of questions to answer. Today I'm actually getting ready for some recruitment tabling. I already went to my first class today, which was at 8 a.m, but it was okay. So yeah, let's get ready and let's start answering some of these questions. It is so hot in my room, and I know I'm like wearing like a long sleeve right now, but that's because it's cold outside, but it's hot right in my room. Anyways, I'm gonna be using two primers. I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. matte putty primer and the e.l.f. power grip. This is like the one with niacinamide. Okay, so the first question is, what are you most excited to do this summer? Also, a little side note is that I don't know who's asking these questions. I forgot to put an option for my friends to put their names, so I literally don't know who's asking these questions. So what am I excited to do this summer? That's a good question. I'm excited to travel. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. What the heck? I'm excited to travel. I'm going to be going to Canada and to Florida this summer, which is going to be really fun. Anyways, I have some relatives in Canada that I'm really excited to see. I saw them last year when I went to the Philippines. And then I'm going to Florida to meet my boyfriend's family, extended family, because most of his extended family lives in like Florida, so I'm gonna go out there to meet them, which is gonna be really cool. I'm also really excited. Every year me and my friends do like a group trip, and last year we went to Michigan, so hopefully we are able to branch out more and go to a more like warm state. So yeah, I'm really excited to do that. I'm also just excited to like get in the groove of things like that. I miss home. Next question. What is my favorite boba order? So for those of you that don't know, I love boba. My go-to boba order. Also, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. Just a little bit. I'm not full coverage girly, but I just use a little bit because for funsies. Anyways, I'm actually not a milk tea girl. Oopsies. I'm not like, I like tea, but I also don't. But I have to be like really in the mood. However, I love brown sugar boba milk. So it's literally like milk tea without the tea. It's literally sugar and milk. I know it's kind of, I don't know if it's like a common thing, but I literally get it all the time. If a boba place that I go to does not have that, I'll probably like get like a mango smoothie or anything like that, but I would say a brown sugar milk with like tapioca. I love boba, so lots of tapioca. The next question is, what is my ideal date? Any date with my boyfriend, any date with Quinn is my ideal date, which I know is probably not that fun of an answer. I don't know, honestly. A day where like I have a lot of time, like a day where we don't have like things to do, like for example, like no one's working that day type of vibe, if that makes sense. So like, I don't know, I'll have to think about that more, because I feel like I love every day that I go on with my boyfriend, so I feel like every day is an ideal day, which I know that's like the cheesiest and like most boring answer ever, but I don't know. Okay, the next question is what is my workout schedule? So for those of you that don't know, which is probably like 2% of you, for those of you that don't know, I'm a weightlifting girly. I love going to the gym. I try to go 4 to 5 times a week because I love working out, but I love weightlifting. Like that's my thing. Anyways, so my usual schedule, and honestly this one fluctuates a lot because low-key like with college I'd be like up and down with trying to do this or trying to make my schedule work. My typical workout schedule is like Mondays or glutes and quads, so a leg day just emphasizing those muscle groups. A Tuesday is like a pull day, so I really focus on my back and my biceps. And then Wednesdays I like to do hamstrings and glutes, so another leg day, just focusing on that. Also, side note, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I think this is in the shade Tawny, I think. Anyways, yeah, so Wednesdays are gonna be my glute and hamstring days. On Thursdays, I like to do my push days, so focusing on shoulders. Actually, that's a lie. I feel like I never prioritize shoulders, but focusing on chest and triceps. And then I think some of the workouts that I do for my push days also kind of works my shoulders. So, but I don't like focus on them because I'm not trying to. I feel like I gain muscle pretty easily on my upper body than my lower body. So I feel like I look like. Yeah, I feel like I look like a linebacker if I work out my upper body too much. I still want to maintain my strength on my upper body, so I still work it out. And then Friday is just a glute day. So yes, my butt is always sore. I'm just kidding. I do a lot of leg days just because for my personal goals, that's what I like to focus on, but it all depends on your goals. But that's what I would say. I think this year I've been wanting to incorporate more cardio just for overall health and for overall heart health. That's been something that I kind of wanted to be doing. Honestly though, I've been trying to do like the 12-3-30 workout where you walk on the treadmill at a pace of like 3 and for incline of 12 and for 30 minutes. And let me tell you, it sounds easy. It's easy for people who are like good at cardio or who have good experience with cardio, but for me, I'm just not that girl. So, but yeah, I would say that's pretty much like my overall workout routine. Next, I'm going to be using some powder. So I have these 2 powders that my mom gave me. I have they're both from the brand Innisfree, which I think is a Korean brand. Do not quote me on that. This one's the Pore Blur Impact, and this one's the Pore Blur Powder. One of them's like a loose powder, one of them's like a, what is it called? A tight powder? A tight powder is crazy. So I'm gonna like use a little bit of the loose powder, but not too much, because this one kind of makes me look a little ghostly. It comes with like this little pad thing. The next question, who are some of your favorite music artists? I love this question because I get to talk about Taylor Swift. So, oh my gosh, this is like blowing everywhere. For those of you that do not know, which again is like 2% of you, I am a big Taylor Swift. Oh my god. I swear there's one in my eyes. For those of you that don't know, I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. So I would definitely say Taylor Swift is my #1 girl at the moment, for sure. I feel like my taste in music is extremely basic, so it's nothing crazy. It really is nothing crazy. But Taylor Swift, I really love Taylor Swift. Olivia Rodrigo, who I'm seeing in February with my friend Emily, so that's gonna be really fun. I'm very excited about that. I also listen to Harry Styles because, oh, speaking of Taylor, I listen to One Direction, Harry Styles. I love Wallows. Yeah, I feel like I listen to the same artist over and over again, so I've literally been listening to the same artist for so freaking long. Like, I've been listening to One Direction since I was 8 years old, and I'm 19, so that says a lot about that. The next question is, if you could give your high school self advice, what would it be? Okay, so where to start? Some realistic advice, I would say trust the process. Everything is supposed to happen for a reason. Period. Kind of snapped with that one. The next question is, what has been your favorite part about college so far? My favorite part about college so far is probably all of the people that I met. I am an out-of-state student at the school I go to currently, so I think because of that, not knowing anyone and coming from another state really puts you out of your shell. And I've met so many great people, and I was able to join such an amazing like sisterhood and just meet all these people that I know have like big impact in my life, and I really can't imagine my college experience without them. I think another favorite part of my college experience is the fact that I do get the opportunity to be a little bit more independent than I am at home, because like I live in my own space. I, you know, am responsible for myself, and oh my god, look how that's, wow, okay, I'm responsible for like the things that are happening in my space and things like that. So I really enjoy the independence of it all. Oh my gosh, this blush is not okay. It looks worse on camera, but this blush is literally not blending. This is the Glossier Cloud Paint and Storm, and she's storming all right. But yeah, I would say just being able to explore another state, especially just, I feel like having this experience has taught me a lot about myself and has helped me mature as an adult and like, you know, really learn more about myself. So this blush is actually criminal. Like that's, I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. The next question is, what is something that you look for in friendships and making new friends? That is a great question. I look for, when I'm making, which I feel like I never really make new friends. Well, recently, the last time I made new friends was like freshman year of college, obviously. But I think when I am trying to make new friends, I look for people that have similar interests or similar experiences or similar like backgrounds to me. Also, I'm going to be using my Broken Butter bronzer. But what's it called? I also care a lot about if the person I'm trying to be friends with is a kind person. I really believe in kindness and stuff. I also like being around really funny people. So if you can make me laugh, that's a slay. And I would say that a lot of my really closest friends really are those things, have a lot of those characteristics that I look for in a friend. So I really don't know if I'm putting on bronzer the correct way. I kind of just wing it. Next question. What is my favorite Filipino food? Great question. So for those of you that don't know, which I keep freaking saying, I'm a Filipino girly. I'm half Filipino. So I love Filipino food. Also, I'm going to be using the Milani Make It Last setting spray, which I'm almost out of. I really like the setting spray. Before, I don't think I used setting spray before, but this one's good. My favorite Filipino food, I'm a sinigang girl. Like me and sinigang are like this. If you don't know what sinigang is, it's like a sour soup. It has like meat and vegetables in it. It's so good. I used to eat it all the time when I was a kid. I also really love kare-kare, which is like a peanut beef stew. So good. So good. So good. Those are probably my two favorites that I would say. I also just, I don't know, honestly, any Filipino food is bomb. So, what is my favorite TV series? It really changes all the time depending on like what I'm watching. So, I'm currently not watching any TV shows at the moment just because I really have not had time to. Actually, that's a lie. I have had time to, but I've been reading, which some may argue is better, but that's besides the point. I would say that overall though, my favorite TV shows are like Friends, which I know is a basic answer, but it's true, so I'm not gonna lie. I love Friends. I love How I Met Your Mother, such a great show. I love Glee, which that may or may not be controversial. I don't think it's controversial because it's such an iconic show. Yeah, I would definitely say that if you like music, definitely give it a watch. It's definitely not, did not age well, but it's good. I would say, yeah, Glee. I love Gossip Girl. I love New Girl. I don't know, I just love, those are probably like some of my favorite shows that I love watching. I just think they are so fun and timeless, and I love watching. Okay, calling Glee timeless is kind of funny to me. that's never not gonna be funny, but that is besides the point. Also for brows, I'm using the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Neutral Brown, which I think it's fine. I'm just filling in the sparse areas. I feel like my left eyebrow has way more sparse areas than my right eyebrow, and I really don't know why. That's what I would say are my favorite TV shows. My next question is, what do you miss about home? Oh, where to start? I miss the people, number one. I miss my mom. I miss my dad. I miss my family. I miss all my friends back at home. Definitely, you know, I would definitely say that people is probably the number one thing for me. But yeah, I also miss the food, because honestly, where I am, like where I go to college, doesn't have that many like food. Well, okay, let me pause. We have a lot of food places, but my favorite food places are not as accessible here as they are from my hometown. Like, you know how easy it is to find like all you can eat sushi places, or like Korean barbecue, or boba places. And granted, there are places here that have that, but there's not as many, and there's no H Mart here. And I'm a girl that loves H Mart. But I miss my like go-to places. I miss my go-to places. I miss my go-to boba places. My go-to sushi restaurant. You know. I also miss my cat. So I really miss my cat. Speaking of my cat, someone asked, what made me adopt Oliver? And Oliver's my little cat. Honestly, at the time, I got him when I was like in 8th grade. I really wanted a cat, and took some convincing, but my mom allowed me to get a cat. Finally got him, and what made me like, I don't even know, honestly. Like I went in and I was like, there was 2 cats. There was Oliver and this other white cat. This other white cat had like, she was white, and like she had like gray spots on her face, and she was more of a kitten. Oliver at the time was 2 years old, and I knew I wanted a cat, like a cat, not a kitten. And then the lady had taken the kitten out, and she was like, oh, if you like her coloring, you should look at Jake. So Jake was the name of Oliver at the time. They just like, I don't know, I guess like shelters and places like give like animals names prior. So his name was Jake at the time, but I changed it. So she let Oliver out with the other kitty, and you know, I was like, oh my gosh, I love him, you know. So, and then I think we came back a different day and we got it. I don't really know what made, I think I just knew he was gonna be amazing, and he is my actual son. So, and I love him very much, so I miss him very much. And I just used the e.l.f. brow lift glue. I really like this one. Right now my brows look a little crazy because I have to tame them down with my little spoolie. The next question is, what do you do on the weekends? So I'll give 2 answers to this question because it really depends. The first one has to do like during college, which is like, I would say now. So during the school year, I work over the weekends. I work only like the first half of the day. After that, when I come home from work, I usually either have homework to do, or spend time with my boyfriend, or sometimes I might have like sorority events. But other than that, I use the weekend to literally relax, because I feel like I'm always doing a million things at once that I kind of just, all I really want to do is relax and not do many things. During the summertime, honestly, it really depends. It really depends if I have anything planned or if anything really is going on. Sometimes I might go out with friends, sometimes I might hang out with like my family or with Quinn again. It really just depends. So honestly, but I would say for right now, like I just been enjoying relaxing, like because I've been grinding during the school week, and then I have work on the weekends. So when I come home, I just want to rest. I just want to relax. The next question is, what is your go-to song? Like, what is your go-to aux song? So this one also changes. Also, I'm going to be trying to do some lashed like extensions. Like I have the Falscara like bond glue. The lashes I'm using, I got them from Amazon, and I don't really know the brand, but they're like really short. But that's kind of like what I'm going for right now. My go-to aux song changes all the time because it really depends on what era of Taylor Swift I'm listening to that day, or just that. But it's definitely a Taylor Swift song. Yeah, I would say it's definitely anything by Taylor Swift. Specifically like Lover album, Folklore. Okay, if I'm alone, it's gonna be Folklore. But if I'm like with people, you know, we want to hype the people up. So maybe like Lover. But not Lover the song, Lover the album. The next question is, do you think your mental health will be affected by this at some point? So I'm guessing the person that asked this is like in regards to like doing YouTube. I think that if it becomes stressful, I will take breaks, but at this point in time, it's something that I've been really loving and have always wanted to do for like literally since I was 10. So I think at this point in my life, I'm slaying the game. Okay, the next question is, what are your favorite things to do when you have free time? So just like I said about like my weekend, I really like to relax. Recently though, I have picked up a new hobby, which I don't know about anyone else, but when I pick up a new hobby, I kind of go through phases of like really doing that hobby and then taking a break and then coming back to it like later. But I try to like maintain it. So my recent hobby is reading. Yeah, so my recent hobby has been reading ever since I got some books at Barnes & Noble with Katrina. I've been obsessed with it. I'm almost done with my second book of the year, which may not be that impressive for people who read regularly, but that's impressive for me because before I literally did not read. So to me, that's like crazy. Okay, and then I also really love I love watching YouTube videos. I like hanging out with my friends. I like also doing my hobbies. So like I like to crochet and I like to make press-on nails and things like that. So those are different things, but I feel like ultimately I really just spend a lot of time with people, which honestly is one of the best things I like to do. Okay, the next question is, what is my biggest pet peeve? Honestly, I feel like this changes because I never remember it until it happens. Okay, honestly, my current pet peeve is I'm a girl who, so for some context, I bike to school and I bike on campus. So my new pet peeve, well actually this pet peeve has been very prominent this entire school year. But my pet peeve is when people don't look both ways before they're crossing like the bike path, and I'm like, how do you not look both ways? Like that's something that you're taught when you're a kid. So like I don't know. And then I have to honk at them with my little horn, or else they just like don't get it. Or my other one is when I'm biking on a main road and the car is so like they stop at the stop sign, but this is the stop sign and they're like here, and I'm like, because when I'm coming and they go, I'm like so scared I'm gonna get hit. So I'm like, that's like my pet peeve because I'm actually like terrified. Next question is, what are my current goals? So I definitely want to talk about this more in depth in like a later video, but I would just say like obviously it is a new year, so like this is the time for like having like, I guess, setting new goals. You typically I feel like a lot of my goals is just trying to make my health better, which I know is like kind of cliche, but I am someone that really does care about like my health and well-being and things like that. So that's probably something like I want to be very consistent with, going to the gym and eating good food, which again, I know these are like very like stereotypical like I guess New Year's resolutions, but I don't know, that's just like, honestly, that's realistic. Another one of my goals is to read more. I want to read a lot. I want to become a book girly, which honestly I feel like is already occurring, which is really great. Okay, the next question is, what made me decide to start a YouTube channel? So I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel literally since I was a kid. That's always just been one of my like, I guess, dreams or goals. I've always wanted to do that. And also, speaking of goals in the last question. My goal is to be very consistent on posting on YouTube, which so far it's been going great. I've always wanted to, and I don't know, I guess recently I've just been really inspired to just start it. And yeah, so that's kind of what made me. It's always honestly been something that I've always wanted to do. I just didn't, or just haven't started. So I was like, why not start? Why not do it? So now we're here. Next question is, what was the hardest part of me, I guess, moving to another state for college? I would definitely say the hardest part was the change. I think the very first time when I was coming as a freshman, it was very difficult just because I've never, I guess, like lived on my own before. Obviously it's a completely different state, different type of environment, so to me it was very new. It was something that I had to get used to, so I think that was one of the hardest parts. I think another hardest part was definitely like going and being away from my family and my friends. Like that was very difficult because, again, I've never lived on my own, and I've always lived close to all my family and my friends, so this was the very first time where I truly would not be near any of them except my boyfriend. He also came down to the state that I'm in. But yeah, so I think that was definitely the hardest part, just being away from everyone, and also just the overall change of everything. It has really taught me a lot about myself and just about like life in general, so I'm very grateful to be where I'm at in life. Okay. For lip gloss, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. lip oil in the shade Rose Envy. It's been one of my favorite go-to lippies at the moment. I also have this one in Honey Talks, I believe. Next question is, what's like an average day in my life? So currently an average day in my life is I get up in the morning, I get ready to go to this school or gym. Since I have literally 4 out of 5 of the days of school, I have 8 a.m.s. So I've been going to the gym after class just because like my gym doesn't open until 6 and it's just not enough time for me. So I basically get up, get ready for school, eat breakfast, come back, go to the gym, homework, and then honestly I may or may not have like meetings or events or things to do or extracurriculars or things like that, or errands to run. But yeah, honestly that's probably like an average day in my life. It's just like go to school, go work out, yeah, and do homework, and you know, spend time with my girlies and my friends. The next question is, are you planning to get your friends involved in your production? I'm guessing like with YouTube. And yeah, I mean, I love when my friends are in my vlogs. I think it adds a lot of fun and character to the vlogs overall. Also, is this lip color too much? I don't know. If they want to help me out, that'd be really cool. And I just love having my friends and people in my life be in my videos. I think it's really fun and really cool. Alright, I think that's going to be the last question that I answered for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to all my friends who submitted some questions for me to answer. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye.